Well, throughout the valley, tenants are reporting that their rent right now is going up, and they're also wondering what they can do about it. And 13 Action News reporter and anchor Ross DeMattei joins us live with what exactly is driving this increase, Ross.
Yeah, Todd, simply put, lack of supply. I spoke with Susie Vasquez today. She's the executive director of the Nevada State Apartment Association, and she says normally at this time of year we would have 10 to 11,000 units available, but right now there are only about 7,200. And she blames people moving to Nevada from out of state for driving up the demand. And despite the effects of COVID-19, she says Las Vegas continued its run as one of the nation's fastest growing markets, adding about 40,000 new residents over the past year. And because of that sustained growth, Vasquez expects Las Vegas to be one of the markets where rent will continue to rise the most in the entire country in 2021. She adds that the local average rent is still lower than the national average, but that does not change the fact that local rent prices are a lot higher lately. Some new numbers from the Apartment Association show during the second quarter of this year, local apartment rents rose by 18% on average compared to last year. And for some, their price increased a lot more than that. So what can renters do about the rising rents? Well, if your lease has expired, the sad reality is not much.
Nevada is not a rent-controlled state like New York, and so the landlord has the ability to increase the rent to whatever amount he or she wishes, so long as they give the appropriate notice, be that 60 days or 30 days advance written notice.
Yeah, not good news. So if your rent has gone up recently and the landlord gave you the appropriate notice, you really only have one hope. That is to try to negotiate a more realistic rent with your landlord. But if they're unwilling to budge on that number, you may have no choice but to move to a more affordable unit. Live in the studio tonight, Ross DeMattei, 13 Action News.
Well, Ross, thank you. And certainly rising rent, not the only housing crisis right now hitting the valley. As we near the end of the federal eviction moratorium on July 31st, well, many renters and landlords, they have a lot of questions about what exactly is next. So tune in next week for our special coverage. That starts Sunday at 6 p.m.